time with your family. You went to church or took a nap, whatever you did. I hope it was good. So on this, make some cornbread dressing. So let me go ahead and get logged in so I can see who is joining. So we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. And I did have a request for cornbread dressing that's probably a couple months ago. So it is getting that season, so I'm going to go ahead and make some cornbread dressing on tonight. And let me see here if I can. Hi, Sister May. How are you doing? Hi, Mel. Mel, how are you? Please text me your phone number. I sent a message earlier. I lost a lot of contacts when I switched phones. So if you could please text me your phone number again. Hi, Priscilla. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the cornbread dressing. And this is my mother's recipe. And it is always delicious. Whenever we think of Thanksgiving, we think of my mother's homemade dressing. And it is wonderful. All right. Hi, Pastor McDonald. How are you? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm letting my pan warm up just a little. And dressing is the only thing I'm making on tonight, as you all see, because there are a lot of steps to making the dressing. There's a lot to be done. So you want to get started early. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to start off with some butter. You know, we got to put butter in everything. Butter is always better. Butter is good. So I'm going to go ahead and put some butter in so it'll start melting. And so if you haven't made your Thanksgiving menu yet, it might be a good idea to go ahead and do that. There are some things that you can make early, and you can put in the freezer. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Good to see you. All right, so my butter is melting. And while it continues to melt, I'm going to go ahead and put my vegetables in. And this is some celery. And whenever you dice your celery, you want to make sure that it's like a real small. I don't like a lot of big chunks of celery in my dressing. So make sure that you chop it really small. And also the same thing with the onions. Y'all see I have a lot of onions in here. This is probably about a cup of onions. And these onions had me crying on yesterday. All right, and also bell peppers. I'm gonna put your bell peppers in. Hi, Janice, how are you? I miss you too, Brittany. Veriska, Shonda, Ramona, hello. All right, so I'm going to saute the vegetables. I want the vegetables to get a little soft before we add the other ingredients in. And well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the seasoning in. All right, so while they're still cooking here, I'm going to add in, of course, some lemon pepper. Y'all know I put lemon pepper in everything, but everything doesn't taste like lemon. Hello, hi Cassandra. So add in a little lemon pepper. And also some garlic powder. And I was going to like puree the onions. That would be a good idea as well. But I just stuck to this real small dice. Onion powder. And also we're going to put in some poultry seasoning. So we're going to use a lot of poultry seasoning on tonight. Get out of there. All right. I'm not going to put any salt in it just yet because I'm going to use some chicken stock, and the chicken stock has salt in it. Let's put in some freshly ground pepper. And I have already made my cornbread. I made the cornbread ahead of time. And I'll give you the recipe that I use for the cornbread while this is cooking. So I use for the cornbread flour, 2½ cups of flour, 2½ cups of self-rising meal. And I also put some poultry seasoning in the dry ingredients as well. So put some poultry seasoning in your dry ingredients. And also put in some celery, some diced up celery and onions, yes. And I used 2 cups of buttermilk and about 2½ cups of water. And I also added about ½ cup of melted butter. And ½ cup is 1 stick of butter for the cornbread. Just trying to cut down on some of the time on tonight. Alright, so my vegetables are getting nice and tender. Alright, let's see here. Hi Tammy, hi Bradella, hi Sheldon, Joanna, Gary, hi Pastor Armstrong. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my meats. Okay, so we're adding in some chicken livers. Some people don't like chicken livers, but you don't have to use chicken livers if you don't want to. And in this bag here, I have some turkey necks and also chicken gizzards. So we're going to add all that in. And let me wash my hands right quick. I know everything was in the bag, but I don't want to take that risk. Always wash your hands when you handle the meats. Hi, Bradella. All right, so I'm going to give this a quick stir. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add in some chicken stock. And I'm also going to add in some water. I'm going to pour in all this chicken stock. And you want to make sure that your meats are covered. Whoops, a little bit left in there, not much. Let me get some water. We're going to pour in about 1.5 cups of water. Okay, now I'm going to transfer this to the stove, and I'm going to show you the next step, all right? So this is the first thing that you need to do. Cook your meats and make sure they cook enough to where the meat is falling off the bone. All right, so that's going to take maybe 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. All right, so I have already cooked some meat as well. So I'm going to show you the next step. Let me push this over here. I'm going to make a little room. Okay, so the next step is pulling the meat off the bone. And this is, had to, the next couple steps is going to be in quarters. So this is like 1/4 of the meat that you would put in, because I went ahead and cooked to the final product. So I'm just trying to show you each step. All right, so what you want to do is to pull the meat off the bones. And this is the livers and also the turkey necks. So you want to make sure you just pull it all off the bone. And sometimes it can be kind of, you know, don't cut yourself on the bone. I did that, I almost did that earlier. And y'all, I cut myself with a piece of foil last week. All right, so, I mean, not last week, on yesterday. It hurt really bad. All right, so just pull the meat off the bones here. It's coming off here. And you want every piece of it that you can get off. And what we would do, I remember whenever we would pull the bones, and you can also use like a chicken neck. This is turkey neck. We would eat the bones, well, suck the bones afterwards. You know, that's country, right? So just make sure you put all the meat off. Sometimes it's hard to get in between those little grooves here. So just for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and stop with this particular one. But there's still some meat on there, so I might have to, you know, have this one a little bit later. All right. So we got some gizzards, so we got meat. Let me go ahead and just do this one here. And the dressing that I'm making on tonight and what I'm preparing right now, I'm going to put that in the freezer. So come Thanksgiving morning, all I need to do is put it in the oven. All right, so we're almost done with this one here. I think that's enough to show. Still a good bit on there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one aside. Just let me rinse my hands right quick. Okay, now I want to like chop up the liver and the gizzards because you want like small pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and just chop up everything. Trying to keep it on the cutting board here. And that's a little bone there. We don't want that in there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the bowl. All right, so I have already, as I mentioned before, I have already made the cornbread. Put that aside. So I have some cornbread here. And all you're going to do is just crumble up the cornbread. So don't do that. We're going to crumble up the cornbread into the meat. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Hi, Tawanda. Hi, Kelsey and Vernon and Monica. Hope you all are having a good day. Thanks for joining. All right, so you're going to crumble up your cornbread. And we're also going to add in a boiled egg as well. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this up. So you want to make sure it's diced as well. So we're going to chop it up here. Hi Shirley, how are you? Hi Lenita. Hi John. Okay, we're going to put that in. Okay, you also want to save your stock from cooking your meat. So I'm going to add in a couple cups of the stock. So we're going to give that a mix here. Hi, Linda. Okay, I'm also going to add in some more of the poultry seasoning. Let me rinse my hand once again. All right, so just a little bit more of the poultry seasoning. Not too much more. Okay, and just a little bit more of the stock here. If y'all can see that. So you do want a thick consistency. Hi, Janice. Okay. And I forgot to get a pan, but so you will put your mixture here in a pan. You're also going to use some of your stock for your gravy. So let me get this turned back on right quick. Get my pot here. And for your gravy, you're going to make a roux. Let me turn this one off. So you want to start with butter and flour to make your roux. And I'm going to go ahead and just get a pan to put this in. So you can see the consistency of it. Y'all, this is some yummy, yummy dressing. Okay, now we'll put this in the oven for about 30 minutes or so. So you want the top nice golden brown and around the edges brown as well. All right, so to make the gravy for the dressing, if you make sure you put some meat aside, so you can, the chopped up meat, you can put that in your gravy as well. So let me get some flour. Let me get another spoon here. Okay, it's starting to melt. Oh. All right. I do want another spoon, y'all. I don't want to use that spoon at the bottom of this pan here. So you cook your roux, cook your flour and your butter. Alrighty. And you want to cook it to like it's like a tan color. But I'm not going to go all the way through that tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and add in, hello, Mr. Derek. Hi, Carol. Hi, Janice. I'm going to add in some of the stock to the gravy. So we're going to give that a quick stir. I know different people put like crab in their dressings. I just prefer the old southern kind of way. I saw a post on Facebook. I guess it was pleading to people not to mess up Thanksgiving food. Just do it the regular way. Don't try to do anything new. So I'm not going to try the crab meat because I want to make sure the dressing is, I want to have a good meal. I'm pretty sure it tastes good though. All right, so we'll let that thicken up just a little bit. And I'm going to grab a plate and I'm going to taste the final product. So let me clean up my area just a little. And put all this on the bite counter. What? All of my stuff here. Okay. Okay, and we have our finished product. Some wonderful dressing. So let me get myself a plate. I'll just grab a little plate here. Let me get myself a spoon. I'm going to go ahead and cut my dressing. And my brother Kenneth loves dressing. So hopefully he's watching tonight. All right, so my gravy is cooking here. Turn it down just a little bit. All right, and I like the middle part of the gravy. I mean, of the dressing. I'm gonna take just a little piece and just add a little gravy on top. And normally I would let my dressing, my gravy cook a little bit longer, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some. And taste this dressing. I'm ready for Thanksgiving already, y'all. Yum, yum. Yummy. Okay. So, that is how you make cornbread dressing. If you make something, let me know how it tastes. Excuse me a moment. All right, that tastes good. Okay, so that's it. It's easy. It is a long little process, but it's easy. So I just want to show you how to make the cornbread dressing. And I'm also going to show you how to make, not tonight, but in another show, I'll show you how to make homemade cranberry sauce and maybe some mac and cheese and whatever else, you know, comes along with Thanksgiving. So, Pastor McDonald says, dressing is one of my favorite dishes for Thanksgiving. Mine too. I love dressing. I love dressing. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining me on this evening. I'm going to continue to let the other meat cook again for a couple of hours, and I'm going to prepare that tonight as well. And I'm going to put that in the freezer again Thanksgiving morning. All I have to do is put it in the refrigerator. All right, so for those of you, if you are going to the Taste of Copeland's Culinary Eats, we have, guess what, guys? We have extended the 2 for $40. So, if you were not able to purchase your tickets on last week, we have extended it for this week through Thursday. You can purchase your tickets for a Taste of Copeland's Culinary Eats, which will be held December 1st at the Senior Recreation Center here in Gainesville from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. Again, 2 for the price of $40. A single ticket, $25. So find you a partner. Y'all can get it for $20 each, all right? And kids 12 and under, $10, all right? And this is actually a fundraiser that would benefit the Motivate You of North Central Florida, and the founder is John Rollins, and also our foundation, the George U. Watts Charity Foundation. We both will benefit from the proceeds from that event. Again, December 1st at the Senior Recreation Center. And let me tell y'all some of the stuff that you can choose to eat. Shrimp Alfredo, gourmet burgers, beer braised chicken, black bean quesadilla, curry chicken, shrimp and savory cheddar cheese grits. And for those desserts, don't y'all want a cinnamon roll, peach cobbler, key lime pie, chocolate cookies, chocolate peanut butter cookies. So we have all these things that you can choose from for you to enjoy. Again, don't forget to purchase your ticket, 2 for $40 through Thursday. Well, thank you all so much for joining us on this evening, and thank you to our sponsor for the event, Campus Credit Union here in Gainesville, Florida. We love you. God loves you more. Good night. Thank you. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Ramona.